Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so who is ready to turn their day around in an instant? How many of you have ever had a really bad day before and you just like, oh, I just don't know what to do. I'm feeling crappy. How many of you have had quite a few of them? Maybe you're noticing it's like a recurring thing, like every day you get up and you're like, oh, I can't be bothered. It's all too much, etc., etc. Well, I have the number one tool that helps me to get out of a funk when I'm having an off day. So let's get into it. Let's talk about it. It's really simple. This is going to be interactive. So if you can, make sure that you actually type in the chat box, let me know, answer, whether you're watching live or you're watching the recording. Feel free to just type in and let me know, because this will give me I'll be able to workshop this so you'll get more out of it. So let's think about a day where we've had an off day. Like, what was it about that day? Like, what made it off or a bad day? What was missing? What did you do on that day? What didn't you do? These are all things you can just answer for yourself. You don't have to answer these. Perhaps you're aware, or maybe not, of your values. Like, do you have values? Do you know what your values are in regards to certain areas in your life? So the values that we have, they're actually, a value is a subset or a type of a belief, and they actually shape our lives. So they're kind of important to focus on, right? And they're absolutely the best kept secret to being able to live a fulfilled and an inspired life. So maybe you're sitting here going, well, gosh, Tara, I don't even know what my values are. I've never really looked into this. They really help to determine where attention goes, our retention of things, and also our intentions. So values are really, really important. So we want to work them out. If we haven't already, or if you haven't done this for a while, or maybe you have, and the values, like they're maybe stashed at the back of the cupboard or something, we're going to go through it. And there's a handout in the hub on Facebook if you like that, like pretty colors and want to do that. But first of all, number one, we need to choose the context. We need to decide, okay, am I going to look at my values specifically tonight while watching this video in regards to my personal life or my career or my relationship? Like, values are going to have different flavors in different aspects of your life. So for the purpose of tonight, let's do personal life, right? Now, from here, so make sure you've got a pen and paper ready, or taking notes on your phone or your computer, whatever you choose, whatever your kind of option is. So we want to write down at least 20 words. So as I go through, I want you to think about, what are some words, some values that represent ongoing experiences that you'd like to feel throughout your day. So things like, if you come up, like imagine an ideal day, like what are the values that you're living when you're visualizing your ideal day? So it might be things like reading a book might come up. So what kind of value would that be under? Would that be under self-care or self-development, or career if it's personal, like a professional development book? So thinking about, okay, well, this activity that I do, what's the value associated with it? Like, what do I value by doing that activity? Like if it's going for a beach walk, maybe it's that you want connect with nature is one of your values. I've got mine here and I'll let you know about them if you guys are struggling with ideas. But just start to write down some words, some values of things. So get at least 20 down. So it might be things like, when I'm honest, when I'm connected, when I'm achieving goals, when I'm paying it forward and doing something for someone else. So fulfillment, rest, relaxation, authenticity, connection, care, joy, love. But just start to write down some words. Don't overthink it. Just like whatever comes up, trust yourself and just write these down. Just going to see if any comments come out. Yeah, feel free to share too. Feel free to share these. Can help you guys to be able to workshop through this a bit more. Awesome. Alrighty. So write down your 20. If you've got 10, 15, keep going. If you're watching this recording, please pause it and complete this, because how we do something is how we do everything. We want to get in and do it. If you're procrastinating on this, what else are you procrastinating on? And this is going to change your day. In an instant, doing something off this values list is going to change your day. So this is why it matters. Okay, so you've got your 20 words down, values, flavor of values, ideas. And if you're kind of coming up with actionable steps, think, okay, well, what value would that link to? And then from here on your piece of paper, I want you to circle, go down the list and circle your top 5 values. Again, don't overthink it, just get in and circle top 5 values, the top 5 things that you want to experience the most on a daily basis when it comes to your personal life. Top 5. So we're circling those. This is all in the handout too in the hub if you guys want this. Once you've got your 5, what we need to do now is order them. So how we do that is we go down the list. I'm going to show you, like I have my list actually printed, like not printed, written out, and it's like on my desk. So I see it every day. So love, connection, results, authenticity, integrity are my top 5 values. So how did I come up with that list? So I'd written them down, and then what you want to do is go down your list. So then what you're going to do is go, okay, is love more important than connection? Yes. Okay, well, love's going to go there. Okay, is love more important than results, or results more important than love? Love. Okay, so it's still up there. Is love more important than authenticity? Is or authenticity more important than love? Love. Okay, so is I've got the integrity more important than love, or love more important than integrity? Love. So you're going to go through, but you're going to go through and make sure that you've got the list. So you might go, is love more important than connection? No. Okay. So connections down, connections up the top. Is connection more important than results? No. Okay. So results going to go up there. So you're just going to have to go through and ask yourself the questions back and forth to get your list. So you've done your 20, you've got it down to 5. You've gone through, is X more important than X, or is X more important than X? And then you've developed your order. Again, don't overthink it. Trust your gut. And now it's time to test it. And we test this by creating a linking sentence which has your values in it. So I'm going to read mine out to you. And I know that this is right because when I hear this, I go, yep, that's it. So I experience great joy and love with the freedom that comes from living, breathing, and teaching health. And when I'm living, breathing, and teaching this to others, I'm contributing to the world, and this makes me happy. So then so I went down the list from love. Now I'm going to switch it. I'm going to go from the bottom one up. So I get a huge sense of contribution when I help people enhance their health. And because I help people enhance their health, it gives me a sense of freedom. And when I have that freedom, that ultimately gives me love and joy. So you can kind of put all your words in there, make sure it makes a sentence from the top down and from the bottom up. Trust this is making sense. So you've done your 20, you've written your 5, you've checked the order, is X more important than Y, or is Y more important than X? Then you've made a sentence from the top down and from the bottom up. And then if that resonates with you, then they are your values in order. If it doesn't, have a play around, try the steps, rinse and repeat. So, okay, so I feel them in my body, and that's when I know that they're my values. Okay, so after all this, Tara, you've told me all this stuff, you've gone on. Okay, so how now do I actually turn an off day or a bad day into a good day by living my values? For each value now, what you're going to do is you're going to pick 5 activities, 5, 7, 9, whatever, however many, and for each value. So you're going to write next to it the activities that you can do so that when you do that activity, that equals you living your values. So for instance, love. Okay, what can I do for love? That poor dog gets a workout. I can give my puppy some cuddles and kisses and, just love on my puppy. I can spend time with James. I can, have a cup of tea in the sunshine. Like, what helps me to live my values of love, connection, call a friend, FaceTime my nieces and nephews, go for a walk on the beach with a friend, because that's connecting to nature as well. Connect with James, go through and write down all the things you can do. Okay, results. What things can I do to get a result? I can go to the gym. I can eat healthy. I can work in my business. Da, 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 da. Authenticity. What can I do? I can speak my truth. What other things can I do to be authentic? And integrity. So listing all these different things that you can do, I walk the talk, be honest, things like that. So write down a list of things that you can do, and then have this somewhere where you can see it, and it can remind you that when you're having a shitty day, you can go, I'm having a shitty day because I'm not living my values. That is the only reason that we ever have crappy, off, shitty, bad, fill in the blank days, because we are not living our values. So the instant way to turn it around, to feel good, is to live your values, even if it's one of them, doing one thing off your values list. So notice yourself having an off day in the future. What will you choose to use out of this values exercise instead? What will you hear yourself saying instead when you choose to do this? And how will you feel? Like, more importantly, how are you going to be feeling once you've done this list and you've written the action steps and you're doing this daily? This is life-changing, guys. Anytime I'm having a crappy day, it's in my control, and I come back to this list. This is actually my business list, but they flow in very, very similarly. So there you go. There you have it. How to turn your day around in an instant, literally. And it can be the smallest little things that make the biggest difference. And if you're feeling really crappy, do all of them. Live all of your values, or do multiple out of them. And as I said, it doesn't have to take too much time. So guys, I trust that's been helpful. I cannot wait to see you all next Wednesday for Wellness Wednesday. Please let me know. Type in the comments, what are some topics that you would find helpful for me to focus on for you? Because I always want to serve you guys and focus on, what you guys need, because I can kind of assume and just talk about the plethora of topics that I have, but I really want to make it relatable to you guys and personal. So let me know. Have a beautiful night, and I'll see you all soon. Bye, everyone.